Hello there and welcome to a new episode of Breaking Pack, the show that opens up the newest and latest trading cards to see what fantastic prizes we find inside. My name is Stevan and I will be your host for this episode. In this episode, we're going to open up the latest, the newest and biggest barn burner set or trading card that has just come out. Riftbound, the League of Legends trading card game. So you see here, I got myself an Origins booster box. This one wasn't very inexpensive to find. It was pretty much one of these things that you know when a new trading card is going crazy is when stores are selling them double the price and they're still being sold out. So you know that this game has certainly got a new fandom, a new appreciation. So from what I can tell, as you can tell, I just did a little fade in, is that the way that these packs work is that they have, a small assortment of about, let's say, 7 commons, 3 uncommons, 3 foil cards, I guess are more like the rares, and a token. So it's going for the usual, it's a pretty normal system of rarity. But at the same time, there are epic rarity cards that are about 1 in every 4 packs. Those are the kind of like the next level of expensiveness. And then there's the mythic cards, which is like a 1 in 44 chance of being in a pack. And those are the cards that are worth the money. Like if you look here, I'm going to put my graphic here to show the prices. You can get like a Kaisa, Daughter of the Void, which is the showcased signed variation for what looks like somewhere around $3,000. But then there's also the Kaisa, Daughter of the Void, the showcase foil, which is around $200. And then there's also just the normal Kaisa, Daughter of the Void origin card, which is about 50 cents. So, the prices vary differently, and it very much makes it so that the game is competitively very financially accessible, but at the same time, the collectability of it makes it so that it retains value of the set. So you can get a card, and it's like the most powerful card in the set, might be 50 cents, but the higher rarity versions are like $300, $200, and that's what you're hoping to get. So let's hope we get some of that instead of just nothing. Anyway, so there's 12 packs, and let's open up some packs to see what we get. Yeah. Okay. All right. So these cards, let's see how they feel. They feel pretty good. They actually feel very thick. They're like a step thicker than Magic cards, which is very nice. I kind of like that. Eager Apprentice. Playful Phantom, Brazen Buccaneer, Watchful Sentry, Challenge, Undercover Agent, Vanguard Sergeant. This is a Battlefield Alter to Unity when you hold here, like that. Garbage Grabber, Vengeance. Okay, a foil Blitzcrank, foil Brynhir Thundersong, and a Immortal Phoenix. So you can tell the rarity. There's this little symbol there. I'll put the thing there. So Vengeance is an uncommon, common. This is an uncommon. This is a common. This is a common. And then we got the different rarities. So Blitzcrank, the impassive champion unit of Zon the mech. He's a tank. I must be assigned combat damage first. He's got 5/5. When you play me on a battlefield, you may move an enemy unit to here. When I hold, return me to my owner's hand. So it kind of plays like Blitzcrank does in League of Legends, where he's got his grab and he brings you to him. Pretty cool. Probably not worth, because it's a rare. So the rare is the Purple Diamond. We have another rare, a Brynhir Thundersong, a Freljord unit. When you play me, opponents can't play cards this turn. Okay. And then we have a epic card here, which is the Immortal Phoenix. So you can see by the framing, it's a little bit fancier. Hopefully this card's worth something. It's a 3/3 Assault 2. It gets +2 when I'm an attacker. When you would kill a unit with a spell, you may pay 1 to play me from your trash. So it's kind of like a Phoenix card. It gets to get recycled here and there. All right, cool. Let's keep going on. I'd love to, the biggest thing is, I learned Lorcana. I learned Star Wars Unlimited. This is a game that deep inside my soul, I'd like to avoid getting back into. Anyway, Common, Challenge, Morbid Return, Forge the Future, Portal Rescue, Scrapyard Champion, Solari Chief, okay, a foil Caitlyn. Caitlyn is a 3/3 patrolling Caitlyn, and it must be assigned combat damage last because she is a, I believe it's because she's the, you know, 80 carry. You tap her, deal damage equal to my might to a unit at a battlefield. Use this ability only when I'm at a battlefield. Okay, makes sense. Okay. Albus Ferris, another rare. Okay. When you play me, spend any number of buffs for each buff spent. Channel 1 rune exhausted. Albus Ferris. 4/3. And oh, this is a Kaisa. Was this one of the that I was like, oh my god, is that one of the expensive ones? Damn, I think it is. Okay, you know, price there. 4/4. Kaisa is the survivor. She's the champion. Accelerate. You may pay 1 or an additional cost to have me enter ready. So I guess like kind of like haste. When I conquer, draw a card. Okay, Chemtech Enforcer. Oh, that is just a foil common, so I'm gonna put you there. Darius Trefarian, a 5/5 champion unit. When you play your second card in a turn, give him +2 this turn and ready me. Very good. And then Leona, this is an epic. That's really nice. It's Leona. And Leona, you know, Leona's one of those characters that I'm always like, you know, she's always just exists and no one really likes playing her. 6/6. If an opponent's score is within 3 points of victory, I enter ready. Stunned enemies have -8 and to a minimum of 1. Interesting. So it's kind of like a you know, a savior card, right? And I used to love the game. The main thing I used to play League of Legends was ARAM, all random, all middle. And because it was like the fun format. It was like more casual and this and that. And I liked the champions I liked playing as, like mages and tanks, and like with guys with crowd control, were like the guys I liked playing as the most, and they're the best in ARAM, right? But for the most part, I just kind of, you know, at some point, just eventually, like, way how the game works, you get a matchmaking ranking based on how much you win and how much you lose, and I got like really, really good. I got to like a pretty high matchmaking ranking, mind you, in ARAM. So I'm playing against guys that are all like diamonds and platinums and challengers, and I'm wooden rank, like unranked. And I was, you know, that was the peak, and then I'm like not having fun with it. I have to be on top of my game. I have to be competitively viable in this casual format. I'm like, I have to try my hardest against people who aren't trying. Like, that's miserable. For me, that was miserable, right? Ooh, okay. We had the two foils. There was a common and uncommon. We've got ourselves a rare loose cannon Jinx. So this one is at the start of your beginning phase, draw a card if you have 1 or fewer cards in your hand. So I'm guessing this is a kind of like ability that you kind of keep to start in the game, right? Right, so, you know, and then I'd come back, start a new account, get refreshed. I'm playing a little better than the average beginner, so I'm smurfing, I believe is the phrase. I will say, for any of you who are curious about the quality of the cards, they are very, very thick. They're very high quality. I kind of like them. They feel like actual cardboard instead of like Magic, which is a little flimsy. Defy, Mystic Poro, Forge the Future, Bilgewater Bully, Mask of Foresight, Stacked Deck. We got a Lair, which is a thing, uncommon. We got a Wallop, which is an uncommon. We got a Kraken Hunter, which is a rare. This is a 3/5. Accelerate me to play, as an additional cost to have him enter ready. He's a +1 when he's an attacker. As you play me, you spend any number of buffs as additional cost. Reduce the cost by for each buff you spend. And we got a Dr. Mundo. Ooh, hold on, sorry. Let's put you there. He's an 8/6. He's the expert. My might is increased by the number of cards in your trash. Okay. At the beginning of your beginning phase, recycle 3 from your trash. All right, that's pretty cool. So I'm guessing like that's the might. And he gets 1 might for each thing in your trash, so he's like a late game kind of bruiser. That's a really nice card. I'm gonna, you know, see how the way the foil works on that. It's almost like I can almost feel it. It's like a It's got like texture to it. That's a really nice card, you know. And that's the other thing. It's like these cards like really feel good, you know. And seeing, I'm looking online, I was trying to figure out the way how the packs work. It's like, yeah, this packs are supposed to be $120, you know, $5 per pack. Yeah, so it's a good starter thing. I'm like, I spent like $300 on this box. Yeah, and I got it for like quote unquote inexpensive charm. Okay, Fiora is a rare. 4/4. When I'm mighty, I have deflect, ganking, and shield. I'm mighty when I have +5 toughness, I guess, or strength. Rasa the Sunder. That's 10, 6. I cost 1 less for each card in your trash. Okay, there we go. So that seems pretty cool. We got a recruit token, and we got a timing of spells and abilities card to remind me how to play the game. All right. Pack number whatever this is. Disintegrate, Watchful Sentry, Meditation, Soaring Scout, Pit Rookie, Gust, Vanguard Captain, Candlelit Sanctum, Gemcraft Seer, Block, okay, Soaring Scout, Foil Common, Fortified Position, I'll put you in a sleeve, it's an uncommon, and a Solari Shrine. Whenever you kill a stunned enemy unit, you may exhaust this card to draw a card. Okay, there's a Chaos Rune, a normal one. Yeah, damn, okay. Make sure I don't damage these packs as I'm going. Okay. Pouty Poro, Jeweled Colossus, Defy, Hextech Ray, Paka Cub, Fight or Flight, Daring Poro, Peak Guardian, the Grand Plaza, Noxus Saboteur, Raging Firebrand. That's pretty cool. It is a rare 6/4. When you play me, the next spell you cast costs 5 less. Okay. Unforgivable. It's got Yasuo. It is a blah blah. You move a friendly unit to or from your base. Very nice. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it looks like we got more of these. Oh no, this is epic. This is epic! Okay, it's a Divine Judgment, 7 cost. Each player chooses 2 units, 2 gears, 2 runes, and 2 cards in the hand and recycle the rest. Alright. Got those mind runes and things. Alright. Alright. Next pack. Sprite Call, Find Your Center, Blazing Scorcher, Pit Crew, First Mate, Stealthy Pursuer, Call the Weak, Scrap Heap, Obelisk of Power, Kinku Monk, Noxious Hopeful, foil, Primal Strength, it's a spell, it costs 4. Plan your turn or in showdowns, you give a unit +7. And they got a Malzahar, a rare, foil Malzahar, 4 cost 3. Kill a friendly unit or gear, you tap them, action, you add 2 bias. Okay. Recruit phase. All right. Yeah. I'm just actually look at my audio and oh, okay, we're actually going pretty good. Okay, let's actually take a moment to just stop right there and take a pause before we move on because we still got about 15 more packs and I got to pick up the pace a bit. So let's take a nice quick break